Hey everyone, I have a little time in between classes, so one of my favorite things to use is the chair to get my body loosened up and warmed up. And I'm going to have a seat on my chair. I have one high spring on. You could also use two low, or you could go heavier than that if you prefer. So have a seat close to the front edge of the chair, heels on the pedal, legs squeezed together, sit nice and tall. My hands are squeezing the front sides of the box. Shoulders rolled down and back, knees up as high as I can get them, and then I pump. Down, up, down, up. So I like to use the chair for a really kind of quick workout to get my heart rate up. Same way I feel about jumping on the reformer. It's a good way if I'm cold or just tired and I need some energy to lay on the reformer and do some jumping. I feel that way about the chair. It's one of my favorite pieces of equipment. Last 3 and 2 and 1. And when the pedal is up, I back my feet up to the arches of the feet, right through the center. I press down and up. And I'm working on that lift, trying not to lean backwards when my legs come up and trying not to lean forward to push my legs down. So I like a kind of, I don't want to say light, but medium weight on here, and to work that pumping motion of the legs without moving my spine. Inhaling down, exhale up. If you're going faster, like a faster tempo than maybe we sometimes do, if we had a heavier weight, we might not be going so fast. Then it's more of a sniff blow breath pattern. One more. And then toes on. I'm going to do heels neutral, not too high, not too low, but sort of in between. And magnetize my ankles together and my knees and work up and up, lifting tall through the crown of the head. This makes me feel my abdominal muscles working. 3, 2, and 1. Now I push my pedal halfway down, hands on my lap, still sitting tall, and I point and flex the ankles. Good. I don't go too fast with this one. I really want to get that good dynamic stretch in both directions. My hands are on my lap to remind me not to lift and lower my knees. I'm just moving from my feet. One more time. And then we lift the pedal up, go into Pilates V on the toes. That means the toes are apart, heels are connected, and knees are apart. Sit tall, squeeze the sides of the box, roll the shoulders back and down, and then the knees go down and up. When the legs come up, I'll see a lot of people really widen their knees. Your knees should be in line with your middle toes. So they should not go super wide just to get that pedal up. They should kind of stay the same width as your body and just lift and lower from there. Use your core muscles to pick up your legs each time. 3, 2, and 1. And then when we pull up, go wide on the heels. You could hold your arms up. Since I'm still dealing with this shoulder and I've already worked out once today, I'm not going to hold my arms up. You can though. Sitting tall on those sits bones, abs drawn in, lift, lift. That doesn't mean you shouldn't push all the way down, but work on that lift without leaning backwards. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming all the way off, I'm going to add another high spring. So I like 2 highs for lunges. So I walk around to the back and add the other spring on the other side in the same high level as the first spring. Now I'm going to push my machine or my chair against my tower. If you don't have a tower, that's okay. You can do this in mid-space. It's just a little bit more work for your balance muscles. You could also do it against a wall with your hands on the wall. So just be careful. This is heavy weight, so press your pedal down from your toes And then feet in Pilates V on the toes, on the pedal. Hands go to the tower, the wall, or maybe behind your head if you're not holding on to a wall. And then right foot comes up to the top, and we go up and down. Now you don't have to hold on here. You could hold on with one finger. Once you get going and you feel balanced, you could bring your hands to your hips, whatever you need. Try to go all the way up and almost all the way down. We're going to switch at the bottom. And then again, rise up and down. Make sure you have good footing. Couple more. Last one. And all the way up to the top of the chair. We're going to turn to the left. Right foot is on the top of the chair on a turnout, close to the back of the chair, or technically the front, based on the way you were just facing. Sorry, my head's cut off in the camera. And then left foot on the pedal parallel. So right foot is turned out, left foot is parallel. And we go down and up. One more time. And up. Those ones are rough. They are hard for me, even on this heavy weight. So now turn around. Left foot on a turnout on the top of the chair. Right foot parallel on the pedal. And 8 times if we can. 1 and 2. Get as low and as high as you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. This side I'm using a lot of arm. My left side is just so much weaker and tighter, both my arm and my legs. Now the safest way to come down is to turn to the tower, step on the pedal, guide it to the floor, get the other foot down, hands go to the chair, and take a moment to drop your heels and stretch. Good, now we're going to carefully step off, and we're going to pull the chair out so we can do some pikes. Now, this one will be a challenge for my left shoulder, but I'm going to do the best I can because I need it, and I love how much it works my core. So we're going to step onto the pedal. I'm keeping the heavy weight for good support. If you don't need as much weight than I do, go ahead and lighten the spring tension. Maybe 2 low springs or 1 high spring. That'll make it really hard to pike yourself up. So feet in Pilates V on the chair. That means toes apart, heels together. On the pedal, I mean. And then hands go to the back edge or the back side on a turnout, your choice. Now I flatten my feet as best I can. And then I round my back like a scared cat. Generally, I would tuck my head under like that, but that's going to cause me to talk right into this microphone and be yelling at you. So I'm going to keep my face looking straight down. I recommend you tuck under like that, okay? So shift your weight forward so your thighs come towards the chair and then pike up and lower down. Now I'm only going to do about 5 of these because that's about all my shoulder has strength for, but you do as many as feels good to you. Usually it's 8 to 10. I'm going to do 6 because I can do it. And then drop those heels, rest your wrists. And then come back up. Now, turn your heels to the left, toes to the right. Legs are still close together. My heels are not on the pedal. They're just turned to the side. My chest still faces forward, hands in the same place as before. Lean your thighs towards the chair, fold in half and pike up and down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then heels to the other side. And we go again. Pike up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then drop those heels, rest your forearms down, and breathe and stretch. And then carefully coming off. That's almost all I've got time for today. I'm going to finish with a little side stretch. So I am going to change to one high spring, taking off that extra one that I added, and then have a seat on the chair. Left foot is out to the side based on the way I'm facing. My right side is towards the pedal, and then I'm going to side over and stretch. Left arm going overhead and rise up and again. I tried to stay in one straight line from my head to my tail. This left arm does not reach over very well, but I do the best I can. Last one. It's getting much better. So hopefully soon I will stop talking about it. And then we're going to rotate to the right, reach down and stretch. So we twist to the right. I have both hands on the pedal. Maybe you can only reach your fingertips with your left hand on there. That's okay. And then just stretch down as low as you can and up. You should feel this in the side of your waist and low back area or middle back. And again, you can hang your head down. That's the best way to do this, but I would be talking right into the microphone, so I'm keeping my head lifted a little bit. And then come up into an opposing stretch. So towards my left foot, I reach overhead. I drop this left shoulder down and back, and I'm stretching the right side of my waist. It feels so nice. And then I spin around and we'll finish on the other side. So right leg out to the side, arms reach apart, left hand lands on the pedal, side bend, and lift all the way up. Your hand will lift off the pedal. Oh, that feels so good. And up, and then we're going to rotate. Reach your hands for the pedal, get a good twist through the spine, still anchoring your right foot to the floor. Let your head hang down, unless you have a microphone on your shirt like I do, and then down and up. And it's a nice stretch for this right QL muscle on the side of the waist. And one more. And lift and finish in an opposing stretch, side bending to the right, left arm overhead, Getting a nice stretch through the left side of your waist. I'm actually going to take my left arm down because it's already had enough. And come up. And you did it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this gave you a good little warm-up. This is great to do, and when you have a little break in between classes, if you're an instructor, it's just the chair is an amazing, amazing piece of equipment to work out on. Thank you. See you next week.